Y'all, what is up? Yo, we are back, and guess what? We are reviewing a new limited series show of SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B. Both groups have been groups that I had listened to when I growing up in the 90s. Both Escape and SWV songs was like favorite good songs. And that was one of my favorite groups. So a lot of good groups back in the days like TLC, Destiny Child, SWV, Escape. Even some of the male R&B groups and some of the pop groups, I was loving them. So it's kind of influenced my music taste and everything about groups and stuff like that. Lately, there's not a lot of groups out there. So at this moment, if any groups want to get together, it's prime time because it's not really competition like it used to be. But we are here to talk about SWV and Escape because it's a limited series. So I think it's only 6 to 8 episodes. And because this is a project they try and put together of touring, doing the SWV and Escape tour. So I'm excited for that. I mean, I don't know. We ain't seen the dates yet. I don't know if they confirmed the cities or it's ready, in the works. But if it is happening and it's somewhere in New York City and they got places, I will try to buy a ticket and see if they got it here. But let's check it. Hey, what's up, my Mizzle? You watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, Season 1, Episode 1. Let's make history. So yes, the show is centered around SWV and Escape and their process of putting this tour together. So they both like the idea of doing a joint tour, but the road to getting there is not easy. And to be honest, seems to me the most of the drama that's happening that's preventing the group getting together is mostly Escape so far. So we haven't seen much of SWV, but if you look at the history right now, SWV had issues and internal conflicts with their group back when they was younger. Now they are doing a lot of shows, like 50 to 100 shows a year. That's a lot, and that's working, but that's part of their job and everything. And they all got individual lives. They all got children and stuff like that. They in their prime time 50s, so I cannot see them continuing arguing and going back and forth and doing stuff they would usually be was 20 years old. So that's crazy. Now you remember SWV? Their group got together in 1991. It was like an overnight success. They auditioned, they did everything, and they just hit it big. And they had 5 albums all together, and 2 of them albums came platinum. And the reason why the group broke up is Lily and Taj kind of hated Coco ego, and her divaness came out and everything, because as a person who always was singing a lot of songs, so Coco was the lead singer, so she was singing most of the songs. Don't get it twisted. Lily and Taj had good voices too, and they carry. That's what called system of voices. And to be honest, y'all, I always knew the SWV name, but I never really knew what SWV actually mean until one day I saw a clip, and somebody asked her what SWV is, and Taj said system of voices. And I said, oh, okay. Because to be honest, I did not know that. And you can take my black card away. I don't really give a damn because I didn't really follow their lives like that. All I like their music. And I tell people who know me know that I just like their music. I haven't been really following the details of their lives like that. So anything that's happening, I realize, and I think that if they do a documentary or biopic, I'm always intrigued and watching them because I get to learn some more about their background story. When I was growing up as a child, you always was thinking about that stuff. You just think about having good music, and then growing up in the 90s, that was a good time because it wasn't big on social media. So you had time to camaraderie, friendships, play with your friends, do a lot of games. It was a lot of culture that was building, magazines and stuff like that. It was a lot. And growing up, it was high school, no, middle school, elementary, middle school, and everything. Like 1990s, around 19, like they grew together in 1991. So in 1991, I think I was like around, you can say kindergarten, first grade, because I graduated fifth grade in 97. So that's that. So y'all can guess the about how age I was. And that's the group that came out there, and I can still remember some of their songs. That's like, okay. But they got together in 91. So Coco got her solo deal. And that's why, or she wanted to go solo. That's why the group broke up. And so that's that. That's what happened. The group broke up. So they haven't been communicating, interacting with each other for years. Until Coco decided, she wanted to do it again, do the group again. And, Lily and Taj was available. So they got back together. And since then, they realized they were better as a group than solo. Because sometimes I do agree. There are times that individuals who get in groups and they decide to do solo projects, sometimes some group members make them big and they do a good job. And sometimes they don't. They rather be together. That's what I say. If y'all a group, it's a reason why y'all a group. And I know I do. I'm not naive to understand that sometimes groups issues does happens and everything. But that's why y'all communicate, check your egos, because sometimes some of y'all stop your own bag with all these egos and then going on. Because some of you want to do solo project. I said, listen, if I was in a group, I don't think I would like to on the spotlight shine on one person. Yes, it could be good, but if it's a group and you work, I'd rather just share the spotlight. It's just like that. Shoot, I may not be the best vocal, but I could dance dancing down, yeah. But they got back together, I think around 2012. And ever since, they've been doing a good job. And they say they don't always communicate all the time. But when it's time to do a show, they get together, it's no drama, and they put on the show. Like they never had any issues. And they don't have much issues now compared to they was younger. At 50 years old, they don't got time to bickering back and forth. No, let's get this money and we'll go about our way. And keep it moving. And that's why you can see the growth SWV. And they're doing a good job. They're good. Escape, on the other hand. And y'all know, Escape, oh, what? And I didn't say some of the songs like, I'm so into you. I get so weak in my knees, I can hard. Wait, that's SWV. Let me move on. Wait, there is that song. Listen, whatever. I did. Yes, Wicked A song. And then what's that song? You're the one for me. You and me. I know you're somebody else's God. This feeling. And when you actually listen to the song when you're a grown up, an adult, and you listen to the words, because before when you were younger, you was like, and then you go and listen to it and say, oh my God, she was talking about like a side chick kind of thing. You know my else's God. And this feelings I have for you, I can't deny. She can't treat you like I treat you. I said, oh. That's what you start thinking when you're looking at these songs. I said, oh, okay. But, they had a lot of songs. So, yeah, I think they had a song called Rain. It can't remember they had a song called Rain. Whatever. They did. Whatever. So, that's that. Then Escape, Just one to the arms of the one who loves you. And the one, what I need from you is understanding. And you feel the music. You're my little secret. Just can't get. Those old songs. So, Escape, on the other hand, they met when they was in they got together in 1992. They got together. They was in high school. Got together in 1992. They had 3 platinum albums that they put out, and the group broke up in 1999. They got together in 1992. And they broke up in 1999. Child, that was only 7 years old. What the hell? That oh, child. All right. So in 2007, all that time they was away. So 2017, somebody was trying to like steal their idea or whatever, trying to tell that life story, steal that life story, and trying to tell it their own. And they said no, no, without their permission or not their knowledge. So they said no one, let's get back together. That's how they started communicating again. And since then, they got back together as a group and started doing shows and tours. Because I was like, okay. But yeah, I do remember that when they got back together, they were trying to make another album. You know, Candy was not trying to do another album. She said she was not leaving the group, but she don't want to make another album, and she can't do right now. So there was a tour between Tiny and his sister Tamika and Tasha, and I guess they called it some new music, but it was this that. And then after a while, Candy came back and everything. After everything said and done, and then started doing the group again, and as a foursome, not just three people. Because I was like, Escape is one of the groups that you actually need all four members because they all have a different tones in the group and they balance it out. Yes, we know Tamika and Natasha with the vocalists of the group. Candy had that deep baritone, but she had some tone, and she singing like leads a lot of the songs as well. And Tiny, she balances it out with the middle ground. So it's like they all worked out with each other. And it was everything, and it needs all four group. And it doesn't look right with only three members. Right now, only three of them is doing a tour because Tasha has some internal issues with the group, and it sucks that after all these years and they got back together, it's still issues that they still plaguing in their ability to come together, do their shows, do their work, and move on, just like SWV. So it's and like Tosh said, it couldn't be that deep for y'all cannot work together. Y'all cannot work it out. Y'all got to work it out. It's too much. So that's that. So they did the verses together. SWV and Escape did the verses, and SWV did actually win the verses because I don't know what Escape was doing. At first, SWV's Coco was not really singing. She was in her best because something was going on, and she told us afterwards what happened, why she was not in her right mood. But after a while, she shook that up, and then they started singing. They started going down and like really doing a good job. SWV, Escape, they was all over the place. I don't know what's up with them, but they was all over the place. But that was that. And it was everything. So they said it's a possibility to do no tour together. And SWV, after they performed and they was rehearsing, they was her no, I'm so into you. No one I'm gonna do. They were singing that, they were rehearsing that. And I guess it's the manager or something like that. So he had talked to Escape manager to see they could do a joint tour. And they kind of both agreed with that. So SWV said, we got no problem. We cool with that. I think it was a good idea. And let's see it. And Escape had that. So that was that. So Candy was in the studio with the legs and hips and body, yaddy, yaddy. And it was crazy that song was in a play that she was in. And um, Peach Juice. Y'all don't know who Peach Juice is. Portia from Real House of Atlanta. I call her Peach Juice. Her nickname always been Peach Juice, and I'll keep calling her that. So that's what Peach Juice is. Peach Juice was in it. And I think it was not, what's the other girl name? What was that? I did D Woods. D Woods, I think she was the other girl. So they were singing legs and hips and body, yaddy, yaddy. I just want to need you. He can't. So she wanted to do the remix and everything, and I think she did kind of did a remix with Fuck It Down Eva. He was on like the remix of it, and I said okay. So Tiny came in, and Tiny mentioned that how her and Kenny always had a good friendship. They were like sisters. Yes, they fight a little bit like sisters, but a little altercation, but it was never that serious. But they always been around because they know they wrote a lot of songs together. Bills from Destiny Child. I think yes, Tiny and Candy wrote that for Destiny Child. Can you pay my bills? Can't pay my telephone bills. Can't pay my automobile bills. And you can make it chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are do. Child. And you ain't nexting up my card. Give me back that is private, gives me mine. And you had it relaxing, see listen, they was going in with that song. But they wrote that song because, in the verses, they sung that song, Bills. And I said, oh, okay, yeah. I do remember them saying that Kenny and Tiny wrote that song. So that was one of the hits. And they do write a lot of hit songs together. And I couldn't imagine what other song they wrote. But they wrote hits. And that was that. So after that, Tamika came through. And, Tamika said that she met Candy and Tiny together in high school. And then she introduced them to the sister. And history may happen from there. So, Tamika, Tiny, and Candy, they always been cool. No matter what was issues and everything, At one point, yes, Tamika did a radio thing. It's maybe because she was by her sister and she was standing by her sister's side. So, Tamika had this video interview and she discussed some rumors about Candy, how Candy was sleeping with Jermaine and how they kind of broke the group. And also that she was allegedly sleeping around with the members of So Deaf. And I was like, oh. So basically, Tamika was saying that allegedly that Candy was the pass around. And that's what it was. And I was like, ooh. So she said, oh, we're going to move forward. We move past it. That was the past. And the good thing, because, that was crazy. I said, oh, no. But I did hear people spinning around that allegedly Candy slept with Jermaine. Now, whether that's true or not, gosh. But I don't think that was the reason why the group broke up. But I guess. But that was one of the things that was going around. So they patched that, but they good. But you can always tell that Candy, Tiny, and Tamika's good. It's always, to me, in my opinion, we're going to talk about that more later. The part was Tasha. And to be honest, it's been rumors going around for years that mostly Escape drama is centered around Tasha. Because I guess, I remember one time she wanted to go to solo deal. Because, Escape had their own, show on Bravo in the past. I think it's still on Bravo if you want to go back and see what they were saying. I think it was 2 seasons. I believe so. I didn't really watch it completely of that, but I did see some clips and every now and then. And that's part of the reason why that the group kind of broke up at that time is because Tasha wanted to have her own deal and she wasn't trying to do anything to the group, so it kind of messed up the group dynamic. So it's like that. But you can always tell that Tiny, Kenny, and Tamika always was cool. So this was Tiny. Tamika said that she hadn't spoken to her sister since the Vegas, and Vegas was last year. So apparently, Tamika and Candy got locked out of their dressing room for over an hour. I don't know how that happened. And I said, who was the people that was to be getting this together? Somebody will get fired today. Somebody will get fired today. Well, how that happened? So they got locked out of their dressing room for an hour. So, Tiny and Tasha was in their dressing room. And I guess Tasha left them there and walked past them. She was ready. She got her stuff together, left them there in the car. And so from there, Tamika did a group text blasting or whatever. So they saying that, oh, it's messed up that you didn't even see I was good. And anybody who they would check over me and see I was good, they could kiss my behind. And apparently, Tasha didn't like that. She said, oh, you make sure you're going to, you talking about me and stuff like that, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So basically, it was that was a figure of speech. So Tamika responds after Tasha said something. She said, well, if you had to ask to kiss. So according to the Tasha world, Tasha felt like that was body shaming her. Now, I understand what Tamika was saying. Tamika was not saying an illusion of body shaming her sister. She just saying that, girl, if you got some ass to kiss, I want to kiss the ass. But if you got no ass to kiss, I'm not kissing that. Basically, if you showing something that is worth for me kissing your behind or all up in you, then I would do something. I would kiss it. But if you don't have anything to show that I could be up on you, then I don't need to be up on you. So I said what I said. So no, you don't have anything that proves that I need to be kissing your behind, and I'm not doing that. So that's what Tamika was saying. But with people who got insecurities about their own body and everything, they will take stuff like that normally is not like a diss towards the person as an insult. So if she felt type of way, okay, fine. You feel body shame and everything, but that wasn't what she was saying. She was not body shaming you. It was a figure of speech. If you gotta ask to kiss her, if you gotta want to kiss, it is what it is. So that's what the idea when they after SWV performed, it was a 30-year anniversary, and Escape 30-year anniversary is coming up next year. So they was had the idea to join together, and that's what SWV said it's a good idea, and let's get together and see what this lady thinks. So then we start introducing that the ladies with their own individual families. So most of this season, this episode, we got met with the escape side of the families, their dynamic, their children, the husbands, and I think coming episodes we will start seeing SWV side of the family and they husbands and kids and their family dynamics. So we had got Tasha and Rocky. Now Rocky and Tasha met 27 years ago. They still be strong. And Candy introduced Rocky to Tasha. At the time, Tasha had a boyfriend, and apparently she broke up with a boyfriend to be with Rocky. Now she said that Rocky stepped to her boyfriend at the time and said, "I know you're gonna be, but she gonna be my girlfriend," and everything like that. I said that's really bold for you to like pump to the side to be with Tasha. Now, I don't know. It could have been anything. The boyfriend stuck up and said, "No, just not happening." But I guess everything happened for a reason. And I guess whoever that guy is, he moved on and he's not pressed about it. But it is what it is. They've been together for a while, and I think he's part of management. I think he's managed her or whatever it is. But I do remember some of the ladies in the group at Escape said that some of the issues what they had is with Tasha and her husband, who's like slash manager. It's a problem. He always involved. It seems like he's the only husband that's been involved in the affairs and the dealings of Escape than other husbands. Tiny's not really, T.I.'s not involved like that. Darnell's not involved like that. That's Tamika's husband. Todd is not involved like that. You know, Candy got with Todd like a few years ago and everything. So it seemed like Rocky's the only husband that's been too involved. It's causing kind of some issues going in the group. That will play out later on in the season as well. But it feels like that's what it is. They got a son named Jamon, and their son at University of Buffalo, and he's doing a good job. And he's on the team and continue to move forward. 6 something years he's been away, living on his own. So they proud of him. And that's that. And Tasha say, "We need communication. We need this and that." So, to me, I started to feel it in this episode that Tasha is all about herself. It's like if she don't feel type of way, and she feels type of way, that then the group had to accept that. If she don't want to feel like doing something, the group had to accept that. And I said, no, you in a group, you're not a solo artist. It's good thing that you're a solo artist. You can do that, decisions. But we in a group, you don't make decisions and then the group got to fall in line. Like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. We got communication. I don't feel that I'm gonna do it. It's like it's not about you. It's about the group. So, like SWV said, they don't always communicate and they probably don't always get on the same page all the time. But when they come to the show, they put on the show. So I don't know how I feel like. To me, it feel like Tasha. It got to be about her and nobody else. And I'm getting that feeling. Now I'm trying to give her a chance by watching this show, but I say it be years people saying that Tasha has been a problem or Rocky, and I'm starting to believe it. Now don't get me wrong. Some other group members might have their faults too. It's not on Tasha, but to me, I feel like the majority of the issue is centered around Tasha. Tasha and Candy still don't talk to this day. They do business, and that's the only time they communicate when they had to do business. But other than that, outside of the group, they don't talk. And now Tasha and her sister have odds with each other. So to me, the common denominator right now is Tasha. And it seems to me it's her. It's nobody else. But she gonna play the thing that is everybody have an issue with people on the issue, and she's not part of the issue. And I don't think she sees that. But we'll see that more. Then we get Tiny in her house with her kids. Because, we got issues with some other kids, and one of them Palmer child, and then it's the Miller's child, and I'm going to leave it at that. You know who I'm talking about. Start with a K and end with a G. and she been with T.I. for 21 years. I said, well, that's a long-standing relationship, even though it's been a test of times. But 7 children, that's what it is. And it's cute. And, she's had to balancing work and everything. Most of the time, she was mostly home and deal with the kids because, the group was not together. But, she always had writing for people and stuff like that. So she always had an income going in with her. But, yeah, that was that. So I said, that's cute. Then we met Tamika and her husband on there. This is the first time meeting her husband. I said, oh, look at her husband, all big, strong. Like she said, teddy bear. And I said, oh, that's cute. Give me all comfortable in their arms. And be like, yes, you got some nice arms, some nice body, your body. You just be fall asleep on it. So she got 3 beautiful daughters, Ocean and 2 other girls. And her husband is executive protection for New Editions and some other groups. So basically, he's like playing like security and things like that, and putting in place to be the safety net of high-end people, VIP and clients. So whatever it is, if they say they're going to, I'm in Harlem, say they go to Brooklyn, and so the executive protection want to figure out every steps on the way to make sure they are good, from the meeting to the place, get into their car, get to the destination, make sure they block and barricade. That's all the executive protection does. He put the plans into place. So I said, oh, I feel like a head person. But that was that. And then later on, we got Kenny, Kenny with Todd, Blazing Ace, your daughter Riley, and Kayla's in New York. They doing their thing. And they was making pizza. I said, oh, nice homemade pizza. And they talking, they said, get together. Y'all ladies, 4 groups of y'all 4 ladies from the 90s, and y'all have issues. And Todd was trying to make a joke. He trying to be funny. But other than that, it's what it is. So they got to get together. That's what Todd was basically telling Candy, to get the bag. Yeah, it's bigger than y'all. It's SWV and Escape Tour. Work together. Fans wants this. And make it happen. And she said, yeah, we just got to make it happen. So SWV and Escape have a brunch. And Tosh put it together. So she called all the ladies to get them together to talk about the ideas to throw out about this joint tour. And they all got there and they got sit down. Tasha came in, and that's what it is. Everybody came. So SWV Escape came out around the same time. So, but Escape came out like 2 years after SWV formed their group. So SWV always felt like they were like big sisters to Escape. And they had this joint, how this brunch was. It seemed like they was the big sisters to Escape, giving them advice to how to move forward and how to push past that dynamic of the group and get to the bag. So while they was talking and throwing an idea, they said they could have one of the dancer got to be on one band, maybe one DJ. Somebody said no. I said I don't know who said no, but somebody said no to one DJ. I think that was Coco. Somebody said that. So, and then Tamika had this idea that she was like, oh, we can make somebody said we can make an intimate setting and make an intimate show that it's gonna be up close and personal with SWV and Escape. And I said that's nice because most of y'all songs is like mellow, it's not too much hypeness of dancing. Y'all can just stand and stand still. So it would be nice to have like a up close and personal. Maybe change some arrangements in your songs, making some acoustic versions, it's like that. Do a great show. And you can mix and matches. Like I don't know if they work about mix and matches with the people who come together. Like she said, Taj and Tiny could do a song, and then you get Coco come up and like make a production. Yeah, make it like good. Instead of just go SWV do their sets, Escape do their set, SWV do their set. No, like making a production, like intertwine, do something, make it lively, do something personal, like different. So while he's talking, Taj seeing Tasha, because Tasha was mostly like You know when you want attention to yourself and you want people to notice you, so you don't say nothing, but you make faces and stuff like that, so somebody can notice you, so they could say something, and that's what freaking Tasha was doing. Tasha was like, so Tasha said, "Are you okay? Yeah, right. What's going on? It seems like you're not present. You out of it." She said, "Oh, I'm just not feeling it." And she said, "Oh no, I just got reservations." She said, "What you got reservations?" I'm not excited for the tour. So they said, "What?" I said, "What are you not excited about?" She said, "It's a lot of internal conflicts we have to deal with and communicate before we move forward." And it was like, okay, so Lily, SWV, Lily, Coco, and Taj are sitting there and said, "Okay, but what's going on? Like, it couldn't be that big that y'all cannot get past this and push forward." She said, "It's more than that. We got to get together. It's like that. It's some internal struggles." And Candy was like, "Oh, here we go again with this girl." That's it. Like that's how I feel. Like it feel like it's always an issue. And so based on the previews, it seems like Tasha's gonna be an issue. She's gonna be an issue. Like it's like a one scene they was all saying, "Let's put our hands together and do this." And Tasha was like, "I said, why is this stank?" She just straight stank with it. Like it just feel like it got to be her way or another highway, and f everybody else. So I do believe Tasha left her sister and everybody there because she got dressed and didn't care about everybody else health, well being, and well about, oh, they ready. I don't even think she knew that they got locked out. And if she did, she still was going past, act like it's nothing past, nothing going on with them, and she moved on, and that's it. And she'll try to play along that it's not happening. They walk into the car, so they walk to your car to do what? To stand there? Because obviously you did leave, right? So it's some issues. Yeah, to me. Tasha don't want to do it. It just feel like it's more than Tasha. She don't want to do this. It's too much. It's like that. It's a ton of conflict. So I say yes, communicate so y'all can get past this. Because I don't know, whatever y'all doing is not going past it. So as Lily said, listen, when men fuck up and everything, do things, we get them past all the time. So when it comes towards us, we always give each other an issue. A problem is like a problem with girl groups, or problem with ladies, and sisterhood, that we could be able to bond together, do a great show, lift each other up, no drama, but it seemed like it is. And the fact that you don't give your sister or at least the people a chance on your group, but yet men constantly keep messing up. Y'all take them back all the time, making all the excuses, doing all this stuff like that. But yet you can't work it out the person who's making money with you. Right? So that's it. So I was like, you know what? Hope we get Tamika and Natasha to squash their beef because it seems like it's the most of contention of the group right now at this moment. But I feel like Tasha needs to shape up and change her ways and attitudes. To me, it's like she has a lot of going on. It's always woe is me. So she's always the victim, in my opinion, and everybody is the crazy ones, and she's the good, sane one. Okay, so she said we got to bond together. So y'all work it out. And they said, okay, we're gonna talk it out. We're gonna work it out. Try to work it out. And mind you, when Tamika came in, Tasha didn't want to hug her. But later on, you said you want to give hugs. I said, don't try to fake the fakeness. Because last time the brunch, you barely even trying to go towards your sister and trying to hug her. You was like this. Everybody else hugging each other, saying what's going on. You coming in, just walk and sit down. I said, girl. Now, SWV going to Africa for Johannesburg, Africa, and performing for a birthday party for a rich 50th birthday party. I said, okay, they fly you on to Africa to have you and pay a 6-figure deal. That she said, 6-figure deal. Oh, Chad, that's a lot of money. And split between y'all three, share and to get paid to go to all Africa to perform for them for a rich guy. I said, go ahead and make your bags. Make your bag because y'all is killing it to be in the 50s and still standing strong. 50 to 100 shows a year. So y'all got back together and it's not stopping. Y'all continue going. I said, I know that's right, y'all. So then they got to Miss Gloria House. Miss Gloria House or Miss G is Tamika and Tasha's mom. Now, when Tasha got there, Tasha mentioned that how her and her mom are close. And when their daddy left, the mom was the matriarch of the family, and that's that. So she said when Mother and Father's Day comes, she calls them both because she felt like she was the mother and the father of the family. And to be honest, it seemed like Miss G was the single parent because the dad left her with the children, and she been a single parent all the time. So the fact that Tasha probably is the oldest and everything, and she closer to the mom, I do feel, based on this last scene, I do feel that Tamika's feelings is right and valid. That she does feel like the mom stick up for Tasha more than she does for Tamika. And that's just observations. Maybe it could be wrong, but baby, based on this last scene, it seemed like it's kind of legit how Tamika feels. So, Tasha told the mom about the communication, about the text, and mom called Tamika about the text, and he said, "Hey, let's just say, put in the blast school, go stuff that." Tamika tried to spawn, and the mom kept going. So we say, "No, what, whatever." Tamika came with her daughter uh, Ocean, and Tasha came there first, and he talked to the mom and all stuff like that. And then Tamika came there, and they sat down, and they have a conversation. Oh, she said, "Oh, we give hugs here." She said, "Oh, you hugging now? Oh, we cool now? We sisters now?" And she said, "What you mean? I always give hugs." I said, "Nah, you try to play it off in front of your mom. Because when you was at that figure brunch, you didn't even hug your sister. Oh, now all of a sudden you just giving hugs. So we good now. So, okay, listen to that." And when Tasha said, "You body shame me," and she said, "How I body shame you?" And then she said, "Oh, if he has an ass and kiss." And she said, "That's a figure of speech, boo. And I can't help you that you feel something way about it because I was not body shaming you." And now Tasha felt that way and said, "Listen, I didn't mean that way, sister. It was a figure of speech, but it was not my intention to body shame you. And I know you feel that way about it. Next time it will be my mindful, and I apologize for saying that because I know that word statement make you feel type of way." And that's that. So I probably would disarm that whole situation by just saying that. I would just, even though I'm the bigger person, and just apologize because she felt all the way about the comment. So she said she didn't figure speech. So Tamika said, "You understand?" And she said, "Oh, we always gonna be sisters, and we can't do nothing about that." And she said, "Oh, so you said something about defending me?" And she said, "What she said to defend you?" She said, "Oh, we always gonna be sisters, nothing to do about it." But she said, "Oh, that defended me." I said, "Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, so we sisters now? Because you say we'll be sisters, but you don't be acting like I'm you and my sister. You act like I'm some freaking random person and the enemy towards you. So, are we gonna be really sisters, or you just playing it off the front of your mom that you're not? Yes, you're sisters, but you be seen acting like it is on you." And I remember the debate that to make one part of the reason why Tasha wanted not continue the tour with them because she made a producer with her husband. Or she said that Tamika said something about their mom and she didn't like that. So if Tasha is close to her mom, she would take whatever Tamika probably posted said to heart. So now it's all playing together and tying together in a big knot, in a bow, pieces together that we start filling in jigsaw puzzle. And so she explained why she felt some way by her balance. She said she was a Baton Boca Raton in an audition, and they sing well, but one person in the past said, "Oh, that big girl, she could sing good." She said, "Oh, the big girl, but ain't nobody gonna tell me my name is Tasha. So who are you blaming that for? Because yeah, obviously I probably was younger teenager. So who go let them know you Tasha instead of your big girl? So yes, I probably understand why she might feel, but if you got insecurity about your body, that's all on you. Don't make everybody feel guilty about your insecurities. It's like that. Now, if they blatantly know about your insecurities and they're trying to diss you on that, then that's messed up. But if nobody really intentionally coming after you, girl. So she said, that make you feel? She said, well, you always defend it. She said, the mom said, I would defend you. I defend you a couple of times. She said, now against Tasha. She said, why you got against me? I said, because she always felt, and that's her valid reason. She always felt like y'all gang up on her. And to me, it's honest, you was the mama G, you was ganging up on Tamika. So she said, oh, you didn't do anything towards me? Like you stole my money? You and Rocky stole my money? And mama knew it, and she got quiet. You stole my money, and mama stayed quiet, just like she's quiet now. And you know what mama did? The mom was quiet, just like Tamika said. All that time, the mom was vocal. Until Tamika said, you stole my money, the mom was like, the mom was zip. And she said, you and Rocky stole my money. Because that's what Tamika mentioned, that it was some like loyalty or some deals that each lady's supposed to be getting. And then they're supposed to get like 30,000 a piece or something. And her Tamika portion, she never got her money. And she said she had all the evidence and she was willing, she was probably going to take her sister down because they stole her money. But she said, no, I can't because that's my sister. And we're going to work it out. And I guess, I don't know if she now got money or not, but she said it was sent to her husband, to Tasha's husband, Rocky's account. And I think she haven't seen that money. So she said, yeah, I stole my money. So producers asked Tasha, do you think your husband stole the money? She said no right away. And she said, do you think your sister lying? Yes. I said, why are you automatically assuming that your sister's lying about this? Do you know for sure about what she was talking about? To me, I feel like, in my opinion, that Rocky did that. Because the mom was definitely quiet. So it seems to me the mom knows something. And then all of a sudden, she said, you stole my money, this and that, and I was going to get evidence and take you to jail. And then all of a sudden, the mom said, cut the cameras off, cut the cameras off. I said, oh, now you want to cut the cameras off? You mum's the word, keep quiet. And now, when it gets too hot and heavy, 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 you got so heavy, baby. Heavy, heavy, you got so heavy on me. It got heavy. Now she want to cut all the cameras off. I said, let it to be continued. To be honest, y'all, I don't care nobody say I do believe Tamika. I do believe Tamika. Because it seems like Tasha has so much issues going on, too much drama. It's just my husband, and I do believe the thing. I do believe her. I do believe her husband took her money. Because the way how Tamika so upset about it, seems to me that's a sore, touchy spot. You stole her money. Cut the cameras. I said, "Boy, you were so quiet." And I know some people try to say, "Oh, Tamika talk to me like this." I would say, "Listen, I don't care what y'all say, but I'm a grown ass, about 30-something years old, and I'm not going to go. Nobody grown up gonna be hitting me in my face. I don't care if you're paying or not. You was all cute and games, and I ain't gonna disrespect you, but you ain't gonna be putting your hands on me either." So y'all could go along saying that she could just beat her figure grown daughter behind. I said, okay, whatever. Now cut the camera. Yes, I do believe the mom was protecting Tasha way more than Tamika, and I do believe Tamika when she said her money was stolen. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. All right, that was SWV and Escape. It was a good first episode. Like, keep in mind it's a limited series, so it probably will be only like 6 to 8 episodes, and that's it. And hopefully they get it together and put this tour together. But based on the preview, it seemed like it'll be a lot of stuff going on, and mainly on SWV on Escape part. Child, it was good, y'all. I can't wait to hear y'all opinions and whatnot. But We're going to ride this ride together. Thank you for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified for all my videos. See my ticket down here with my details. Follow that. And share the brother out. Let me know. And please like the videos and let people know about me. Just listen, general like. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.